15 historical photos that help you better understand this life. As soon as people had the ability to take pictures, we started to preserve all of life's significant events on film. I find it interesting to look at historical photos of different events because they can tell you more about what happened than other evidence. Many years have passed since the times of black and white photos, but thanks to them, you can immerse yourself in the history of life in this world. I have collected for you a selection of interesting photos that can tell you a lot about our world. People see off the Titanic. The Titanic set sail from the port of Southampton in the UK on its first and only voyage. People in the port enthusiastically saw off the unsinkable ship, and its arrival was expected in New York in 1912. Many people know that the Titanic did not make it to New York Harbor. Of course, the people who saw the ship off on its long journey could not have known anything about the sad fate of the ship. Alexei Leonov in outer space. In 1965, Leonov was the first person in the world to go into outer space. The Soviet cosmonaut was photographed at this historic moment with a special camera C-97, which was attached to the hull of the ship. 2 television cameras on the ship also followed Leonov's spacewalk, but unfortunately, they had a low resolution. Kate Camberley with her dogs. Kate Camberley lived in the United Kingdom. Since 1943, this woman was involved in dog and cat rescue, opening a shelter for homeless animals in her home. In total, Kate rescued about 600 dogs. To operate the large dog shelter, the Englishwoman collected donations and took good care of her pets. She also fought officials who wanted to harm her dogs. The world knows about the tragedy that happened in the States on September 11th. In 2011, there was a series of criminal attacks on the Twin Towers in New York. A lot of people lost their lives that day. The world mourned along with the whole of America. The moments of the attacks on the skyscrapers were caught on CCTV cameras and in the lenses of random passers-by. White Americans joined the protest against the oppression of Black Americans in 1963. It was in Washington, D.C. There was a struggle for jobs and freedom. Brigitte Bardot is not only an outstanding French actress, she has been a fierce defender of ecology and animals all her life. The prisoners of Auschwitz were liberated by the Soviet army in 1945. Our soldiers attacked the Germans with bayonets, afraid to use artillery so that the prisoners would not be harmed. Computer ENIAC. The year 1945. In 1906, the city of San Francisco was destroyed by an earthquake, and what was left of the city was destroyed by fire. More than 3,000 people died that day, and 400,000 residents were left without property or a roof over their heads. Environmentalist Julia Hill spent 2 years living on a sequoia in California in a special tent to save the ancient tree from being cut down by local companies. It was 1998. With her living in a tree, Julia attracted a lot of attention. Thanks to the girl's actions, a whole section of the old forest was saved from being cut down. Bikerism originated in the States in the 50s. The photo shows women bikers who also took part in this movement and also knew how to fix their motorcycles as well as men. The picture was taken in 1965. These biker women were related to the Hells Angels Biker Association. On August 9, 1945, the United States dropped an atomic bomb codenamed Fat Man on the Japanese city of Nagasaki. The explosion killed about 40,000 people. Thousands more died later from burns and radiation sickness. It was hell. Thousands of people lay dead or injured under the rubble. The city was completely destroyed. Sunset on Mars, 2005. This incredible image was captured by the Mars rover Spirit. The sun setting over the Gusev crater. Not only did the rover take beautiful pictures, its primary mission was to study the Martian atmosphere, as well as ice and dust clouds. The man in the picture is Tenzing Norgay. On May 29, 1953, he and his companion, New Zealander Edmund Hillary, became the first to reach the summit of Mount Everest. They managed to conquer the highest mountain in the world just 3 days before the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II, and the world learned about it on the morning of the coronation. On July 20, 1969, mankind left its first footprint not on Earth. Astronaut Neil Armstrong went down in history as the first man to set foot on the surface of the Moon. It is a feat that cannot be forgotten.